There are luxury estates, palaces, and mansions all over the world that cost hundreds of millions of dollars. It's hard to believe that there are people that have 200, 300, or even 400 million to drop on a house, especially when you consider the average American person will only make $1 million in their lifetime. Today, we're going to take a look at the most expensive homes ever sold and see if they're really worth the price tag. Number 5. Warner Estate, $165 million. Beverly Hills. Now that's where I want to be. It seems fitting that the 5th most expensive home ever sold would be located in this prestigious, wealthy neighborhood. But what's even more fitting is the buyer being Jeff Bezos. That's right. In early 2020, Jeff Bezos purchased the Warner Estate, a $165 million property overlooking Los Angeles. The Warner Estate has a long history in the City of Angels. It was originally built for Jack Warner, one of the brothers that founded, you guessed it, Warner Brothers Studios. Built in 1937, at the height of his career, the Warner Estate was created to be an opulent palace for the film mogul. The home is set on 9.4 acres, which isn't easy to come by in LA. Believe me, I've looked. If I could go back in time and buy this property, I absolutely would. The estate is 13,000 square feet with a Georgian style. Over the years, it has been renovated time and time again to keep up with modern touches. Yet it retains that classic facade, harkening back to its Hollywood history. Outside on the property, there are miles of stone walking paths that meander through French gardens. There's a plant nursery on the property, so the groundskeepers can constantly work on the landscaping, and 3 greenhouses that house a variety of rare tropical plants. Flanking either side of the back garden are 2 large guest houses. The guest houses feature their own kitchens, living areas, and bedrooms. There are even more exciting things to be found on the grounds. There are 2 tennis courts and a 9-hole golf course, so Jeff will save himself the trouble of driving to a local country club. There's also an infinity pool in the backyard, along with a jacuzzi to soak the billionaire's troubles away. The driveway of the home looks like something out of a fairy tale. Naturally, there's a fountain in the center, but it's what's on this side of the courtyard that's really appealing. The home features a motor court with room for dozens of cars, and it actually has its own gas pumps. After all, Jeff probably doesn't want to drive all the way out to a gas station and rub elbows with the normal folk. The house itself is full of surprises, spanning 13,000 square feet. The home is about 6 times the size of the average American home. There's 8 bedrooms, each of which features high ceilings and in-suite bathrooms, with views of the garden and the city of Los Angeles. There's 8 bathrooms, each with soaking tubs and his or her sinks. Of course, there are some more fun additions to the house. There's a movie theater, which is quite common in mega mansions, but this one comes with a bonus, a concession area. There's a room fully stocked with candy, soda, and snacks, allowing for the full movie experience right at home. I know I'd be missing out on a lot of the movie, gathering all those snacks. If Jeff isn't feeling like a movie night, well, he can stroll down to the bowling alley on the property. After rolling a couple strikes, there's also an extravagant bar he can sit down for a drink. The home features some old-school touches as well. There are a few grand rooms and ballrooms, and there's even flooring in the house that was once owned by Napoleon. And I'm not talking dynamite. The wood flooring is allegedly the very same floor that Napoleon stood on when he proposed to Empress Josephine in 1779. Number 4. Villa Les Cèdres, $221 million. Located on the southeastern coast of France, kissing the Mediterranean coastline, you'll find Villa Les Cèdres, an impressive mansion that has housed several kings, CEOs, and billionaires over the past 190 years. In early 2020, the home sold for an incredible $221 million. Although the new owner has tried to keep his identity hush-hush. The castle was built in 1830 and served as a home for King Leopold II of Belgium. Keep the name in mind. We'll be seeing another house of his shortly. For quite some time, the estate served as an olive orchard, the remnants of which still remain. There are 35 acres of gardens on the grounds. The gardens contain 15,000 different species of plants and over 20 greenhouses which are flourishing with rare tropical flora from around the globe. The gardens are dotted with meditation areas, benches, and ponds, some of which which contain exotic plants like Amazonian lily pads. On the edge of the garden, you'll also find a massive pool that nestles up against hibiscus flowers, cacti, and palm trees for a truly tropical experience. Also on the grounds, you'll find horse stables. After all, there are few things wealthy people enjoy more than horses. The stables hold up to 30 horses, with access to large rolling pastures and riding arenas. The home itself is 18,000 square feet, brimming with history and art. Each room comes furnished with antique furniture that has been in the home for decades. Nearly all the walls are covered with antique fresco paintings. The grand rooms feature massive chandeliers, large wood fireplaces, and gold-accented walls. There are 14 bedrooms, all of which have en-suite bathrooms and terrace access, of course. The terraces have undisturbed views of the Mediterranean Ocean and the expensive yachts that dot it. The home also features a large wood-paneled library that houses over 3,000 books. Some of the books are historic first editions, and yes, they come with the property. Number 3. 15 Go Hill Road. Hong Kong has gradually become the city of the mega wealthy. The homes here are some of the most expensive in the world. The only problem is, the purchase of them is always kept rather quiet. That being said, it is well known that the Peak is the place to buy properties in Hong Kong. The Peak is the tallest point in Hong Kong and the most desirable. A mix of winding mountain roads flanked by palm trees. Nearly every property in the area sells for hundreds of millions of dollars. And 15 Go Hill Road is the most expensive of all. Purchased in 2016 by Chen Hongtian, the home cost $270 million. One might expect a giant mansion, but 15 Go Hill Road is actually only 9,212 square feet. Though it's very big by average standards, especially in Hong Kong, it is still the smallest home on our list. Very little is known about the house, as it has been constantly under construction since it was purchased. It is assumed the home will carry the same modern white design as many of the other homes in the area. Regardless of the interior of the home, the exterior is sure to provide stunning views of the city and the lush forests around it. Number 2. Louis XIV's home. $301 million. I cannot lie, Chateau Louis XIV is my favorite home. I mean, just look at it. This is what luxury homes are meant to be. A flawless combination of old and new. Though the home looks like it once belonged to a king, this mansion was actually built in 2009 to replicate some of the most luxurious historic buildings in France. Located only a few miles from Versailles, it seems fitting. The home sold for $301 million in 2015 to Mohammed bin Salman, one of his many opulent homes. And though the home really does look like an 18th century mansion, it has enough modern touches to really make your head spin. For example, the fountains that line the courtyards and gardens are all connected to your phone with an app. You can adjust the color of the lights, the brightness, and even the pattern of the fountains. There's even more fancy touches inside, but we'll get to that. The grounds cover 57 acres of lush greenery and very, very French-style gardens. There's tennis courts and squash courts outside, along with a large outdoor swimming pool and jacuzzi, of course. As you can see, the home is lined with a moat, and though I'm not sure it's needed to defend the castle against invaders in this case, it provides a unique space for an incredible special room, an underwater meditation room. Underneath the moat, you'll find a plush white room encased in glass. Beyond the glass, you'll see koi and sturgeon swimming in the clean water. I'm not the best at relaxing and meditating, but I have a feeling I'd have no problem doing it here. I might have to call up Mr. Salmon and see if I can pay him a visit. The home has 10 bedrooms, which are all designed to match the facade of the mansion with a rococo flair. Gold lines the pastel walls and portraits. In the ballroom, frescoes of cherubs and heaven line the ceiling. Chandeliers hang in nearly every room, giving a sense of grandeur that is hard to beat. The interior of the home is over 50,000 square feet, spanning several kitchens, libraries, ballrooms, living areas, and reception rooms. However, the real fun can be found downstairs. There's a spooky wine cellar that holds up to 3,000 100,000 bottles, and you might need to use quite a few of them every weekend, because the home also comes with a nightclub. The nightclub has state-of-the-art sound systems, dance floor, and a bar for the full clubbing experience, without even having to rent a lift. The club is also brimming with expensive art and statues. But that's not all. The house also has an indoor pool and jacuzzi, if it's a bit too chilly to venture outside. This pool also has rainfall features for a completely unique experience. I love this home. Number 1. Villa Leopolda. $438 million. Located on the oasis that is the French Riviera, Villa Leopolda has been a haven for the wealthy for decades. Built on land that was once owned by King Leopold II, the location provides stunning views of the Mediterranean and the mountains surrounding. The villa is the third largest home in the world, with a main home that totals over 80,000 square feet. The grounds cover 20 acres, which is equivalent of 8 football fields, and the home's sale history is perhaps the most unique on our list. It is the most expensive home ever sold. A contract was signed for $438 million back in 2007. However, after the market crash in 2008, the purchaser backed out of the deal, which led to a court case and him having to forfeit his hefty $39 million deposit. So, what kind of home could possibly be worth $438 million? Well, in my opinion, Villa Leopolda is worth every single penny. As I mentioned, the grounds are massive. They include a garden with 8 hectares of olive, orange, and lemon trees, which require 50 full-time workers to maintain. There are 12 pools that span across the property, including 2 paired with each of the guest houses. The main home has 19 deluxe rooms, each with an in-suite bathroom and balcony, of course. The home is a mix of exposed wood and exposed stone, which gives a cozy yet grandiose aesthetic. There are multiple kitchens, which feature those same exposed stone walls. Though it looks antique, the kitchens are fitted with the best appliances money can buy. On the property, there is also a sports court. The sports court has a large bowling alley, a full-sized movie theater, and tennis courts to entertain the homeowners and all the guests. With all of its unique features, it's no wonder why the home has been featured in movies and media for decades, including in Alfred Hitchcock's To Catch a Thief. So, there you have it, the 5 most expensive homes ever sold. Which one's your favorite? Do you think they're worth the money? If you could move into any of them, which one would you choose? Let me know in the comments down below. As always, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Oh, and turn on post notifications. I'm Mr. Luxury. Pip pip, de doodly doo.